We have a lovely panel coming up next. This panel is going to be talking about Web3 gaming's comeback trail and whether, Web3 is beyond just hype, which I think it is, especially when you're considering how Dubai is especially Dubai, is championing Web3 technology. So I would like to welcome to the stage Vincent from Nifty Craft, Alfredo from Ready Games Network, Manav, who is in stealth mode right now, Mehmet from DIGA Labs, and Belal Jassoma from DMCC.
Hello everyone, thank you for hanging on so late till the end of the last day of the show. Thank you for being here. I have a great roster of co-panelists. Let's start by 30 seconds introduction each, and then we'll dig into the resurgence and return with a vengeance of Web3 games. Belal first.
The elevator pitch, right? Good.
Two floors.
I'm Belal Jassoma. I'm the Director of Ecosystems at DMCC. DMCC is a leading international business district with over 24,000 companies from all sectors around the world. We have sector-specific ecosystems like the crypto gaming and very soon the AI center. Very happy to hear.
Hi guys, I'm Manav. 17 years making games, everything from console, Facebook, iOS Premium. Since 2016, I've stuck to mostly real money gaming. And my last stint was building a gaming app called Rush from scratch and taking it to $500 million in revenue. And now I'm starting again from scratch, trying to build a real money casual gaming business.
Hello everyone, I'm Alfredo Bárcena. I am head of bit dev and marketing at READYgg. Myself, I started in gaming back in the late 90s doing esports tournaments over Counter-Strike and stuff like that, and got into game publishing back like 20 years ago. I've been in Web3 gaming for the last 5 years, and yeah, and trying to get Web2 developers to onboard Web2 gamers into Web3. This is our mission.
Hello everyone, my name is Mehmet Emre Duyar, mostly known as Lucy. I am CBDO at DIGA Labs. We have two main projects. One of them is a Web3 gaming studio and the other one is a Web3 gaming infrastructure. Basically, we love building some games for gamers and also some game services for the game developers. Yeah, thank you. It was great to be here.
Thank you all for being here. So the topic for this afternoon is the resurgence of Web3 games hype, or is it more sustainable? But to set the stage a bit first, in your opinion, I know it's a very basic question, but what is the difference between mainstream gaming and Web3 gaming? Before we go into how it was and how it is now.
We start in this order?
Whichever order you guys want.
I mean, I would say, of course, the play-to-earn element and the different monetization strategies that are not necessarily in the Web2 games, and the possibilities that blockchain technology can offer, the GameFi, DeFi, and access to liquidity that's possible today. And of course, there are a set of challenges, scalability and others, but I guess maybe that's for another question.
I will jump in. I think, over the last 25 years, we have seen both online gaming and gaming in general, let's say, taking an evolution at the same time that the technology, the internet technology, was also having this evolution. So, but in a way, for example, if you look back in the late 90s or early 2000s, you look games like Ultima Online or EverQuest, Star Wars Galaxies, they are not so much different from the MMORPGs today in terms of game mechanics. Actually, some of the games back in those days were actually more complicated from a crafting point of view, game mechanics point of view. As I see it, I don't think there is a big difference. The difference is really the technology. Technology enables features, right? And the more technology we have been seeing that has been adding to the internet, to the PCs, like more computer power, better graphics and all that, we have seen an evolution also in games. So I think also because of Web3 is not only about gaming, it's about in general the internet and decentralization of, we are seeing tokenization practically right now in every single industry, from banking to real estate to pharmaceuticals. It's also happening in gaming, and it's a natural evolution that is going to be probably the same thing very soon. So right now, maybe the difference is the innovation. All of these ownerships and play-to-earn stuff and items market, account market we have seen over the last 20 years, people making a living out of that in a way illegal by the publisher side. I think that is the thing that is becoming, maybe it's leading the space, but there are so many more features around it, especially decentralization, especially dropping barriers related to distributors, stuff like that. So I think it's in many different ways, different factors is going to be affecting the gaming space.
Okay, understood. So Belal says is a business model difference, while Alfredo focuses more on what features new technologies can enable. I will get to the features, the possible features enabled by that blockchain technology later on. But now that we understand your opinions on difference between mainstream and Web3, let's go to how you see the difference between the last wave of Web3 games, the playbook that made the successes such as Axie and whatnot, and what's happening today in this year's renaissance or resurgence of games. What do you think is the difference between 2 years ago and now in Web3 specifically?
I mean, to start with, there's a lot more focus now on the gameplay and the user experience, where previously the focus was more on the earn part and the kind of focus so much on the token and the earning part of the game, which is not really sustainable. And right now we see a lot more balance between both, and you need both. And with some of the games that were built, that are being built right now in Web3, they can actually succeed just on the gameplay alone, without actually the tokenization element or the GameFi element, because they're being built in a way that can engage and attract users. And that's exactly what we want to, what the game should be about to start with.
For me, I think the main focus, like in India, there was a big problem with crypto and anything related to Web3, basically anything that had a word token in it. So the resurgence for us is like during that time period, everything was shut down, absolutely everything. That was crypto exchanges, Web3 games, name it. So the resurgence is literally a reanimation of everything, with much broader support and understanding from regulators and payment gateways and stuff like that. So since I specifically focus on that market, for me, resurgence is this and ability to build a lasting business now. Earlier, there was always a question mark, is this something that is going to survive or not? Now we know that we have the support from the regulators. We know that we can build out and actually build businesses behind this.
You mean India has introduced regulation on real money gaming, also applied to Web3?
So India had introduced regulation on crypto because the word
on
token
crypto.
is there in non-fungible token and other tokens. We never really published our own token. We were using NFTs on our real money gaming platform. It was like a hybrid Web3 and Web2 model. That's where there's clarity. We're allowed to basically do business, when earlier it was completely. Yeah.
So, regulation. Emre, you had something interesting about this topic.
In the previous cycle, we called GameFi play-to-earn games more like a staking games, not actual playing. But right now, developers mostly focus on building real games, really fun games, instead of creating a hype after the investment. I just want to add like this.
So what are the games in this wave that you guys feel are leading the way in terms of engagement and fun? For the Pixels, Parallel, do you have any examples? And do you think these games of this new wave are milestones in our industry? Are still Are they the Quake? Are they the Diablo of this cycle?
I just want to say not yet. There are no mainstream games right now, but I mean this industry is still early. If you call them Web3 games, it's really early to take the lead from the traditional part. But
Put it closer.
sorry. It's, I just want to say that like it's still early to build a mainstream game for the Web3 part, because there are lots of like different things you should consider when you create especially when you create the sustainable economy, because like if you call the Web3 games, you need to think about this aspect. So, but I believe there will be a lead game for just a specific genre will come really soon on the Web3 part. Yeah.
So you think it's the sustainability of the economy, a game with a sustainable economy, that will be a pivotal moment, a milestone moment?
Yeah, I mean, right now, like most of the gamers just want to earn something from the Web3 games. Like, they are not coming for the playing. But like the day after, the producer trying to build more fun games to bring the Web2 people.
So the fun.
They are looking for the fun games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alfredo, you had something to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that the big barrier right now is onboarding the Web2 players into Web3. I mean, I think the next big one is not going to be really differentiated from Web2. I mean, this is what we are trying to do at READYgg. So we provide a technology so developers can onboard Web2 players into Web3 games just using exactly the same workflows. And we are having CPIs as low as $0.50 to create a wallet, even from Play Store or Apple Store in our partners. Some of the games we are onboarding are just hyper-casual games, hybrid casual, RPG games, mid-core, software. So we have all kinds of games. And I think the new wave are going to be indistinguishable from Web2 games, from traditional games. But I must say also that we cannot forget about Mir4. I mean, Mir4 has been really, really successful. We made GameExpo, even from the very early, from 2021, from September 2021, when they published in Steam, they were already in the top 10 most played games in Steam, only with this mobile interface, which was absolutely amazing. That happens in interface, even with, I think it was like a 30% only positive reviews, and it still had over 1 million MAU, and they still do it. And they have been making so much money over the last 2 years. They are still there. They have a very strong NFT market with NFTs sold over 200K, 300K, because of these characters are really powerful and they can access the end game, make amazing PvP battles. I think this is the model that we probably be exported. I mean, you cannot export that in many markets, like for example, the Western market, where they don't actually, players don't like this hyper pay-to-win style. But I think that's going to be the way. There are so many things in developing right now that looks really, really good. I mean, and we are talking to so many partners that are building amazing games, AAA, with just Web3 features on it, like, of course, NFT market, I mean, NFT items, NFT crafting in real time, in-game, using other NFTs as resources, with a wallet integrated into the game with Web2 style wallets, so players don't need to know anything about MetaMask or stuff like that. That's the real future for, I mean, the next future, maybe the next couple of years. So as I said, it's going to be indistinguishable from traditional games, and it's going to be high quality games, and it's happening right now. So I have a few names of mine that we are seeing, and it's going to be MMORPGs, it's going to be MMOFPS, it's going to be survivals FPS. We have seen that already, so it's going to be happening very soon.
So you're mentioning those features, the PvP experience, crafting experience, things that are done in a good way. But that's, a way to also describe mainstream, the mainstream games. The main way you would distinguish it is that the items underneath that experience are actually on the blockchain and owned by the wallet holder? Yeah,
they're owned and they are unique. I mean, I think this is the leading part as a feature. But I think there are many other features, like, for example, data ownership from the player side. That's very important as well. So players are going to be able to get promotions from game developers directly in the blockchain, directly in their wallets, like in a user acquisition mode. User acquisition is going to be changing a lot over the next years, especially with Web3. I mean, we're already seeing Web3 performance marketing agencies doing campaigns over the blockchain, just sending directly to the player wallets request for joining games, that is something completely game-changing. I mean, the user acquisition prices are going is going to be so low that it's going to be so attractive for big publishers that they are not going to be able to ignore this feature. So this is one of the things that are going to happen. Also, maybe, for example, cross-game quest on-chain. So cross-promotion between games, on-chain profiles that can be portable from game to game. The most important one probably is going to be UGC. Like the same that UGC-generated content that, for example, Fortnite is doing, that is going to be happening also in so many games using UGC tools over the blockchain. That's one of the main monetization features. I mean, we are seeing games like Geometric Dash or Roblox, how the community is creating most of the content, and that content is going to be monetized by them. So that is also a question of the alpha generation and Z generation, that they are already used to knowing about crypto, and they are used to creating and sharing. This is also part of the future. So I think, we are just providing tools for that, and probably the game developers will find a way to make this happen.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to add something. Like, I think, and I'm strictly speaking from the perspective of real money games, because that's the area I operate. I think the Quake 2 already happened. Axie is a very good example for me of a game having such a big impact. Like, forget about graphics, gameplay, everything, right? What makes a game great is the impact it has on society, culture. And I think the Quake 3 is what is in progress right now, and definitely is going to come out very soon. And it's simply because of the different, avenues that Web3 opens up and DeFi opens up. I'm extremely excited, to see what comes out. But definitely the Quake 2 has happened. Quake 3 is what's coming up.
Well, it is true that Quake eventually went into a sunset, but it did create a lot of great things afterwards. So maybe Axie was our Quake. We'll look back in hindsight in the future and see. Belal, you also wanted
No, I'm not going to push back. I agree. I think Quake 3 will come from Web3. I mean, if I look at the games being developed at the DMCC Crypto and Gaming Center, I mean, one of the examples is one of our members, iBlock Studio, who built an amazing third-person shooter game on Web3 called Stray Shot. And also, I mean, reflecting back on the point of the user experience and the onboarding, I mean, we're seeing the first wave of Web3 games not having kind of an easy way of onboarding clients and wallets and all that, but right now it's just become a lot more seamless, which of course helps in user adoption, and that's what we need basically.
So it's interesting you mentioned the MCC, and and we're in Dubai here. I wanted to understand a little bit what are the globally, like the Web3 tech hubs that you see, Web3 cities that you see are forming some forms of hubs. And do you guys, everyone, think Dubai is well positioned for that or not? Why are you here? Why should you be here? Any insights on the?
I mean, my answer will be a little bit biased because I work for the Dubai government, but I can tell you that, I mean, there are many, of course, crypto cities around the world. We've seen, Seoul in Korea, we've seen in US, we've seen Zug in Switzerland and other places, but what makes Dubai stand out really is the the incentives that it offers. I mean, tax friendly, very cosmopolitan. It's easy to be here. The visa process is easy. This is generic stuff, but specifically on the regulation, I mean, we have a dedicated regulator for virtual assets. In most countries, the regulator for the virtual assets is the same as the financial markets and stuff like that. So these guys actually focus on creating regulations that suit this industry. And our experience so far has been good. You have hubs and you have centers like the DMCC, of course, that provide a supportive environment specifically catered to the gaming and crypto companies. So Web3 sits at the intersection of that. We have a dedicated team for both. So we've got Khaled, who sits at the back right now. He's hiding, but he leads our gaming center. We've got Zahir, who's not here today, and his team who lead the crypto center. And the job of this team is to actually help support the growth of those companies. So providing them with the connections to investors, to potential collaborators and partners. And you don't find that much in many places. So.
Yeah. Are you guys in Dubai or where are you
No,
based?
but I agree with Belal. When we had the big platform in Rush, we actually did open up an office here because when we wanted to do a token raise and everything, this was the place to be. simply because what he said is completely true. The traditional regulators or banking systems and stuff don't really understand, what we're trying to do. I think on some days even I don't because it's so new. So having that support makes a huge difference, especially when you're trying to deploy capital and build we all know the CACs and all that are very high. We don't really have ad networks that are serving our needs or very clear ways to engage with just Web3 users. So that makes a big difference, and I agree with what he's saying.
So you were here for the token raise, essentially, but the team is in India. The team,
No, so it never happened because we had to shut everything down, so the token raise never really happened. But hopefully, yeah, we'll be back here very soon.
No, where is the team?
The team is based across Europe, India, Turkey, and Germany. All around, yeah.
On Discord?
Fully remote, yeah.
Okay, understood. Where are you guys?
Yeah, I just want to say, our team is based from Turkey, and our experience with Dubai is really great. We create really great connections and meet with the industry leaders and take their insights and feedbacks. It's really an incredible opportunity, and we see what is really great, despite the weather.
Emre, by the way, I'm curious about the situation in Turkey, because a lot of the traditional gaming studios there used to focus on hyper casual, and hyper casual is really a market that's struggling a lot now. And I know for a fact many of them are trying to pivot to other things. Do you see people from traditional gaming, mainstream gaming, hyper casual, moving on to Web3, maybe joining your team or maybe starting another project?
Well, it was a great question. This is one of our main goals, to bring them to Web3, because we are working on some easy services to bring them to Web3, because it's really Web3 has some wonders, especially the other speakers mentioned about the true digital ownership. This is really, we take this seriously, and I think all developers should give this option to their players.
So I remember when free-to-play was growing, was actually not growing, it was when it was born. A lot of the back then traditional gaming developers who were used to console premium kind of games were apprehensive at best about, and condescending most of the time about this free-to-play, freemium model, the ugly, clunky, buggy Facebook canvases of the world.
And some of them still are.
True.
Free to play. I mean, a lot of people still see free to play like the devil. Please don't talk to me about that.
True. Yeah. But I'm wondering if there's a parallel behavior happening now with the advent of Web3 from the mainstream gamers, game developers, including the premium and the free-to-play now, because now we're all old and dinosaurs and looking at this.
I can just, I was part of the Cabal Online team back in 2008 when it was published in Europe. And we were, I think, one of the very first MMORPG free-to-play published in Western markets. And it's exactly like that. And everybody used to call us the vampires of the free-to-play. That was by the media and the magazines, So yeah, and I've been in Web3 for 5 years. Before actually, I was actually doing Bitcoin gaming before that. And everybody was looking at us as we were aliens. So I think it's pretty similar. It's a very good comparison. I'm hearing this more and more. Yeah.
Look, like every emerging technology, if you think about it, it always starts with this hype, and then comes the skepticism and challenges that it faces, and then criticism because of that. But then you learn from that kind of challenge and scale up and succeed as a result. And I think this is what's happening to Web3 gaming at the moment, and we're at the stage now where we can, things will come to fruition, and we'll start seeing a lot more improvement.
So, more mainstream game developers joining the new paradigm.
Yes, and I think what helps also is the blockchain technology itself has improved to become more suitable for games being built on it, and the challenges that were there before with the speed. And
do you guys feel mainstream game developers have something to contribute to Web3 gaming other than skepticism?
I think there is a lot of they have. the magic is always on the developer side, especially when you are providing infrastructure and tools. Developers always come with a good idea. So you cannot, let's say, look at them as a whole, but some of them, I'm sure, they will be adding a lot of value to the Web3 market very soon, like very soon. I'm sure about that. I mean, some of them, they will keep doing their single-player premium games for Steam, and some of them will be doing their AAA games, narrative games, RPG games for mobile or console or whatever. But there will be some, of course, they will dedicate resources, and we will see very good ideas coming up, I'm sure.
Manav, you wanted to say something about this?
I mean, like, skeptics are always good. I think it gives you motivation to do things. I've seen a few different eras in gaming, especially in India. There was this thought that you can never really make a business in gaming, especially in freemium, and then real money gaming, where we ended up becoming at the forefront of the world in terms of innovation. So I always feel that creative people and people who are doing mainstream games will slow and steadily, as Web3 starts becoming mainstream, understand it better and want to contribute, because I somehow believe people who work in gaming work here because it's exciting, it's interesting, and it gives us an opportunity to do cool things every day. And right now, there's nothing cooler than Web3.
I want to shift a little bit towards looking a bit towards the future. And if you look at the current adoption, like number of active wallets or active users on Web3 games, it's extremely small in comparison to mainstream games. It's if you put the whole market together, it's smaller than the DAU of an OK game in mainstream. Yet, the noise is much bigger. For those who believe in the future of such games, what do you think should happen so that onboarding of the masses can start to occur?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about this because so on Rush, when we launched our avatar NFTs, as we like to call them, within a period of 3 months, we were at a level of 250K daily active NFT wallets and almost 1.2 million monthly active wallets, right? So scale will come. I think it really depends on the product, the use case, and all of that. I feel it's looking for its next, kind of big thing. Real money games work better because it's like a financial system at the end of the day. But yes, it's definitely possible. And when you see mainstream Web3 games, maybe this data is not very public, but I have seen it happen in front of me. I've seen adoption that happens very fast if the right incentive and the right use case is presented.
So are you saying it's the real money incentives that will grow user bases?
No, so we already had a network. So we had the Web2 side. By introducing a hybrid Web2/Web3 model, we were able to transition people much quicker because they understood what we were trying to do. The NFT didn't do anything apart from give you some extra rewards and things for the Web2 side of things. But even then, people found value in it, and they started adopting very, very fast.
What I'm trying to understand here is how can we go from 250,000 DAU to, as an industry, 30 million DAU?
That's a great question.
Emre?
Well, due to negative news about the hacks, about the security, and also like the understanding blockchain is a bit tricky. So people still hesitate to come Web3. So if we cut this way of thinking and we can improve our systems like easy onboarding systems and also with the fun games, maybe educational contents could be helpful for the broader audience. I just want to say that, yeah.
Okay, we're almost running out of time here. Anyone has any last remark? Otherwise, we can. Oh, Alfredo. Yes.
I will just say that back maybe 10 or 15 years ago, when I was actually playing much more than I play today, when I used to play games like World of Warcraft and all of that, nobody would have thought how much money is making Fortnite just by selling skins. Like people would just play with a monthly sub, that's it, monthly fee, playing World of Warcraft or Warhammer Online, all of these games. But when skins appear in games like Runes of Magic back in 2010, 2011, nobody thought it would be this business, right? And it has taken a full generation of gamers to incorporate into the market and change how it works. Now players spend hundreds of dollars with skins and all that, and they just love it, the skins and all that. So I think that is probably the thing. We need some time that there's a new generation of gamer incorporating into the market, getting used to Web3, getting used to the UGC ownership, and this will slowly change things and create a new generation of games. It's gonna take some time.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add, like now with chains like Polygon, Arbitrum, and stuff which are built for games from the ground up, the more and more proliferation that happens of these kind of chains, I think that will really, help us reach the much bigger numbers. And I don't see that 30 million DAU number very far away. Like just one single super hit game, can get us there.
Okay, let's
All
look
start
back.
small, right?
Smart start small. Let's look back at this KPI next year and look back, and every year maybe. So a round of applause for my great panelists. Thank you very much, and hope you have a great day.